Well, I'm back. It's been a year and a half. No, maybe not that. Over a year since I did my last video. We were taking care of my 94-year-old mother-in-law. She was dying of Alzheimer's. It was brutal. So she just passed away last month. God bless her. Told the bees about it. And I think this hive here was the last one I put in. Put it in over a year ago and installed some bees. Same deal. Didn't open it, didn't feed them, didn't treat them. And here we are, end of April, and they are looking great. Let's go up and have a closer look. All right, here we are at the top. Yeah, so that was a wild ride with my beautiful mother-in-law. She really was an awesome human being. But Alzheimer's, wow, that was something else. Just a total different story. One of the best pieces of advice she gave me before she passed on, she said, "Alistair, why do you keep doing all this stuff for free? You gotta charge money for this." So I started doing that, and guess what happened? My life got better. Because when you do things for free for people, they don't seem to really appreciate it. And now I do a lot of this make a little bit of money, not too much, but the relationship is much more, it's better. So it's been almost like 10 years, and now I'm getting requests to come and talk about natural beekeeping, about keeping bees without treating them and without feeding them. Because even the honeybee associations realize now that it's just not working. It's good for like your high scale, hyper scale beekeeping operations, but there's no reason to have that in backyard beekeeping. So yeah, I'll be speaking at my first honeybee association about log hives in June. Not bad. And I'm charging $500 for speaking now. But I mean, it's only one I got. But I reckon that, as my mother-in-law said, that they'll appreciate what you're offering when they're paying for it. And it's true. I think here they're trying to drag out a drone. Let's see. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, drone larvae, yeah. See that there? Anyway, yeah, so life got better once I started charging. So the homeowner put this on, which I think is a great idea, because these lids, when they're exposed to the sun, the temperature changes and the swings, the lids actually crack, so it's become a bit of a problem. So putting something on the top of your wooden lid is pretty smart, unless you've got like a cedar roof. But an end cut of a log, they do shrink and crack, so not advisable. If you're gonna do that, do something like this. Because if not, I've seen a couple of log hives die out because during the winter, the cracks and the holes in the lid, that allowed the moisture to come down and just kill off the hive. When you leave the bees alone, the chances of them surviving significantly increase. There's even backyard beekeepers who are adamant about treating and feeding, who will admit, yeah, I left a couple of the boxes because I was just too tired, too overwhelmed. And it just so happens that the boxes that they left alone are the ones that survived. So, there is evidence even within the culture of treating and feeding. that if you leave them alone, that they'll survive. Less headache, less backache, and less of an ache on your purse. Well, here's to my mother-in-law who taught me quite a few good things. I do love her and I do miss her.